You know, it's that time of year where a lot of folks are starting to put out their herbs. Some are putting them out to eat, and others as ornamental grasses or just beautiful color in their landscape. And Amy Dismukes with the UT-TSU Extension Service has got some great ideas for how you can actually use herbs.
Absolutely. Plants like this beautiful purple basil here, this is the red Reuben basil. This is a great accent plant in your landscape, and it's edible.
Oh.
You can even let it just go ahead and flower, and the flowers itself are edible as well.
So it has blooms that come up?
It will have nice little dark purple blooms as well. Most of the traditional basils will have a lighter pinkish white flower.
I see.
But these nice purple basils, we've got the red Reuben, and we also have this nice little curly guy here. This is a red ruffles.
I love that.
Or purple ruffles, excuse me. But they make a really nice little pop in the landscape, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then of course,
they're tasty.
And they're tasty. And I know lavender is one of my favorite smells.
Lavender is beautiful. Lavender is one of those plants that could actually be a perennial here if our weather is mild enough and we don't have a super cold winter. The only trick with lavender is it doesn't like heavy clay soils. So we can even berm it up when we plant it, add in some rocks to give it that nice Mediterranean-like soil. But it works pretty well here also, and it's just a great plant. Nice smell.
And I just like the look of it too.
This is a nice little Munstead lavender. We've got lots of different types of lavenders, but this little guy is more of a dwarfing.
Okay, so if you like purple plants like I do, this will definitely be going in my yard. Now talk about this lemongrass.
Lemongrass is really great. I grow lemongrass. It can get away from you and can be somewhat invasive if you let it, but if you stay on top of it, it's a great plant. You can make tea with it. At the end of the season, I just come and cut it off. It looks like a really nice, pretty grass, but actually, if you have a good breeze growing outside, you can actually smell the lemon.
Oh, wow. Now, this is
pretty nice.
It gets pretty tall, you said.
It can get up to 4 or 5 feet tall. Mine last year was about 5, and it actually kind of drooped over.
So this would probably not want, I wouldn't necessarily be planting that as a part of my landscape.
You could probably put it as a back, like use it like an ornamental grass, but it will tend to move.
Okay. And then talk about, we've got other great things here
We
too.
do. I wanted to pull out a Nasturtium. It's not typically what we consider an herb, but this is an edible plant, and it's a great trap crop for your squash and cucumbers. So anybody who battles squash and cucumber beetle, here you go. The flowers are edible. You can pick them off, as are the leaves, but the flowers look really nice in a little salad if you're ever having a dinner party.
So good to eat and keep away the pests. And I like that. Multi-uses for that herb.
Exactly.
And then this is one of my very all-time favorites.
I really like the parsley. They've started coming out with other varieties. This is that curly parsley. We also have the Italian flat leaf, but folks are starting to use this guy almost like a substitute for monkey grass.
Wow.
They do make the tighter mounding forms that will actually, you will see them bordering beds and whatnot, but it's also edible.
So it will spread.
This guy will spread out a little bit. It will reseed itself as well, so you don't have to continue planting it, but it generally, if the root mass stays covered and clumped, it will override our winters.
Oh, wow. So just a few ideas for ways you can use your herbs, and we have so many more we've got right here in front of us, out here at Bates Garden and Nursery here in off Whites Creek. And we want to thank David and all our friends here for letting us be here. And thank you so much, Amy. I always learn so much from you.
Well, thank you for having me.
And you can definitely read more in her article, her blog, and we're going to make sure we put a link to that on our website at nichechannel5.com.
Yes, ma'am.